Hello, my name is George Moore, owner of Moore's Sewing Center in Southern California. And I'm here today to talk about the Brother Stellaire series. This is an amazing line of sewing and embroidery machines that really, pound for pound, is one of the most advanced machines in the industry. So on this side here, we have the Brother XE1 dedicated embroidery machine. And on this side, we have the Brother XJ1 combination sewing and embroidery machine. And I'm going to share the special relationship they have with the Brother ScanNCut SDX325. So both these machines share the exact same embroidery features, starting with a large 9.5 by 14 inch embroidery area with big, beautiful designs. It has over 700 built-in embroidery designs, and over 100 of those are big, beautiful Disney designs. Now, from the color screen, we have so many editing capabilities. So we can bring up a design and we can size it. We can bring it down 70% to size, and it recalculates the stitches so the quality is identical to the standard size. But then I can enlarge it 200%, and that design is beautiful. I can even take a design and use what's called color shuffle that will display all different types of color schemes in front of me so that I can choose which one I like. But better yet, I can actually take my existing thread. In fact, this machine reads most all the popular brands of thread, including Floriani. And I can take a spool of thread and actually input the number and display it in real life. It really, this color screen has over 1 million different color displays, and it really enhances your embroidery. Now, lettering. Lettering is so amazing on this. Over 24 different fonts are available built into this machine, where I can simply type in a name or a paragraph. I can do several lines. I can display it in all different fonts right before my eyes. I can arc and array and size and customize it. I can even take and change one letter, cut it from the rest, and do some amazing kerning and changing of the font of that one letter. Now, when I get everything that I want, this is what's amazing. I can actually take this and take a stamp of this shape, and I can enlarge it so it's a little bit out from this, and send it to My Design Center. My Design Center is a feature where I can actually create my own designs. In this case, I want to take this font and do a shape around it, and I can also take a special fill. It has all kinds of special fills. And so now as I embroider this, it truly gives you a logo. Now, speaking of shapes, now I can actually take, now with the ScanNCut SDX325, I can bring one of its designs. Actually, the ScanNCut has over 1,300 built-in designs, and now I can bring them in to the Stellaire model. I can change it into an embroidery design or an applique design automatically right in My Design Center. Also, I have an app where I can take a picture and I can send it right to my machine in My Design Center and turn it into embroidery instantly. Now, there's all kinds of other features that are built into this machine, but I also like the fact that it has a needle threader that works every single time, that's hands-free. It removes the jump stitches between color jumps, which saves you so much time. It even has a laser that shows the exact accuracy right where the needle is going to fall. There are so many incredible features that are built in to the Stellaire for embroidery. Now, applique to me is one of my favorite types of embroidery. Sometimes you have a design that's very, very dense and it doesn't stitch out well on fabric, where an applique design will stitch beautifully. But the problem is that applique requires you to be perfect. And see, here's how an applique design works. I do a placement line and I lay the fabric down onto it, and then I need to proceed to cut all around that line as close as possible. Now, I'm not that patient, and as you see here, it stitched it, but you can see where the edges are, they're rough, okay? So the more time I take, the better it be. Now, here is what's amazing. Just recently, Brother has introduced my connection between the ScanNCut 325 and the Stellaire series. And what this means is I can take, and as I bring in that same design, I can send it to my ScanNCut, and I can cut out the exact shape that I need for this cat. And so the same design, now I'm using Applique Wonder so I can peel and place it right into the shape, and now it stitches it right down perfectly. So you look, the comparison between, here's the one I cut myself, and now here's the one that the ScanNCut cut. It's amazing the difference. To me, this is an essential tool for any embroidery machine, especially with the Stellaire series. Also, I'm so excited to tell you that once you marry these machines together, it unlocks a feature that you'll never find in any other way. I can actually take an existing design. Here's an example. This is a beautiful built-in design that has an arrangement of all these butterflies in a circle. It's stitched out so beautifully, but watch what I can do. I can actually bring a new function in on this. Now, this only appears on the machine once I register both the ScanNCut and the machine together. And so what I can do is I can take the same design and I can select color blocks. As you see, this design has 2 colors in the butterfly. So I can actually take this and select that, and I can turn that into an applique. And I can either send the whole thing over at once, but I actually want to just send a couple of them over so that way on the ScanNCut, now you see I access it on the ScanNCut, and I can actually see it, and I've placed 2 different colors of fabric, and so that way I can place on the fabric exactly where I want. In this case, I have 8 butterflies. I want 4 to be one color and 4 to be other. Okay. Now I go ahead and stitch out my design up until the placement line, and I go ahead and place down those butterfly pieces, and I'm doing it every other so that it has some consistency here. And then I go ahead and I embroider. It does the applique on it, and you see that the actual design is part of the applique. So I didn't choose a satin stitch on which I could have. I could have chosen a satin stitch, and I want the design to really look authentic. But see what happens? I have a whole nother dimension when I use applique, and so that's really what's incredible. As I mentioned, both these machines share the same embroidery features. But let's talk about the Brother Stellaire XE1. This is a dedicated embroidery machine, and this is perfect for those who want to up their game in embroidery. And let's say they have an existing machine that they are thrilled with, and they want to have a high-end embroidery machine, or let's say they're ready for a second or a third embroidery machine. That's where the Stellaire XE1 is perfect. And this machine right here has a regular retail price of $9,099. It's on sale for $64.99. I interrupt this video to bring you a very special announcement. Brother just lowered their prices to us on the Brother Stellaire XE1. That means it's not on sale for $64.99 like I mentioned. Right now, for a limited time, and while supplies last, you can buy the Brother Stellaire XE1 for $59.99. Plus, we have interest-free payments for under $167 a month. We're offering free shipping across the country. But wait, I've got a bonus for you. I'm going to include, for a limited time, the Brother ScanNCut SDX 325 included. That's a $999 value, free with your purchase. Now let's get back to the video. Now the ScanNCut also does all kinds of amazing things. Like it actually has an automatic sensor blade that senses thicknesses of wood or vinyl or even down to fabric. It has over 1,300 built-in designs that I can use to emboss, I can embellish, or as you saw, embroidery. It also has the scanner where I can scan and create my own images. So this is no low-end ScanNCut, and you're going to get that free with the Brother XE1. Now let's say you love all the features of the embroidery on the XE1, but you want a top-of-the-line sewing machine. That's the Brother Stellaire XJ1. It's a combination embroidery, sewing, and quilting machine. You start with this large 11.25-inch opening. It's large enough to really work with your big quilts or your big projects, and it has beautiful lighting. Now, On the screen, you can access over 700 built-in designs, all kinds of beautiful decorative and utility stitch designs. You've got this one design you select and it looks like stippling. It looks like free motion stippling as it moves and meanders around it. That's automatically. Also, I love this wave stitch that actually, what it does, it actually looks like a stitch I do on long arm quilting. It also has some amazing features like an automatic fabric sensor. I turn that on and I can sew denim fabric and climb over a denim seam like you would not believe. I can sew sheer fabric. I can work with elastic. I can work with knit. It truly has amazing fabric control. But if I have something that's really difficult to sew, I have a digital dual feed. This is a belt-driven feed system that actually you can adjust the speed of it. So you can work with vinyls, you can work with minky, and of course quilting. Now, let's go back to some really amazing quilting features. Actually, I have a quilting menu on this here. I can select an automatic 1/4 inch and it positions the needle just right. And now watch this. I can turn on a laser and set that across to be an exact guide for you. So even without using a special foot, which I do have all kinds of feet that comes with this machine, even without using a special foot, I have a perfect guided seam. Truly amazing. This machine can sew sideways. It has a basting stitch that is very, very long. It is truly a top model machine. Now, the Brother Stellaire XJ1 is an amazing sewing, quilting, and embroidery machine. And it's also on sale. The regular retail price of this machine is $11,799, and we have this on sale for $89.99. It's me again. Brother also lowered the price to me on the Stellaire XJ1. And so instead of being on sale for $89.99, get this, it's on sale for $69.99. That's a full-featured sewing, embroidery, and quilting machine. We have interest-free payments of under $195 a month. We're offering free shipping across the country. Plus also, we're including that ScanNCut SDX 325. So let's get back to the video. But you need to act on this here. So if you have any questions, give us a call at 1-800-865-9664. Bye for now.